Hello, Portland people. Thank you to the leaders there at the church and Pastor Matt for letting me be a part of your celebration today. I wanted to share about 117 memories, but I'll probably just spend most of my minutes thanking you. So this is either your 100th birthday or 101st birthday, depending on how we're accounting here. I know a celebration was planned for last year and COVID kind of messed that up, but I'm glad that you're celebrating. I wanted to mostly just say thanks on behalf of Dana and Jackson and Grant. We were blessed with our time there with the church in Portland. I am so thankful that when you called us there to pastor the church, that you took in a 32-year-old young guy who had never pastored a church, and you gave me much grace. You gave me lots of grace to learn along the way. We made several hiccups. I made several mistakes along the way, but the leadership, the board, the people who were leaders in the church, let us grow in the position, and you encouraged us, and you loved me, you loved my family. You were never anything but good to me as a husband and a father, and almost secondarily as a pastor. And so I was able to be a dad, all those ball games. I was able to be a husband, spending time at home, in addition to leading the church. I want to say thanks. Not every church does that. Not every board and the leaders of the church give their pastors room to be a man and a husband and a father, and you did. I want to say thank you. Second thing I wanted to say is when I interviewed in April or May of 2003, when I interviewed with the church board, the board told me that they knew because of Mark's time there in Portland from 99 to 02 maybe, that the church was in need of a building process or a relocation or a building campaign. You all told me, so I didn't have to come. That took the pressure off me. I didn't have to come in and try and convince the leaders in the church that that we needed more space. So we took the very slow process of interviewing architects and building firms and all that kind of thing, and it was 5 years before we broke ground there on the property. And I wanted to say one other thing about that. The leaders of the church, if you want to think back to the leaders of the Portland church in the 80s and 90s, the leaders of the church could have held on to the old building, to the old sanctuary, to that wonderful red carpet and the red pews. You could have held on to that and worshiped the building and called that a museum and a legacy because of all the work and all the people who had invested their hard work and ministry into the old building. You all could have clung to that. Instead, those leaders, the church of the 70s and 80s and 90s, said, we're going to honor those that did so much work to get us to where we are today. And we're going to give that as an offering to take this church to the next step. And that was the mindset of the church in 07 and 08 when we broke ground, and in 09 when we moved into the new building, and all those years after in the new building. So I know the church isn't the building, but that sticks out in my mind. There are too many people to recount. People who I was a part of funerals and weddings and babies being born and celebration, highs and lows. So I won't recall all that. But I want you to know that on behalf of me and Dana and Jackson and Grant, I want to just say thanks. We love you. The Portland Church is special to me. It will always be special to me. It's now in my ministry DNA. And if I can honor the pastors that poured their life into me, and if I can honor you with how I conduct myself and the ministry that I'm able to have from here going forward, I know that anything that God does through me is going to have the scent of Portland in it. So I just want to say thank you. We love y'all. We celebrate y'all, and wish we could be with you today. But we want to just, from Clarksville, about an hour and 15 minutes to your west, we just want to applaud and celebrate with you today. We love you. We hope to see everybody soon. Come and visit us. We'll talk to you later. Bye.